This resolution, I heard in EQ, and I had some questions that I didn't feel got answered very well. Look, there's no doubt that we've seen catastrophic wildfire in California, and we have attempted to be a leader in the fight against climate change. But my question to the author during EQ was, I wanted to talk about the policies we have in place right now, and those weren't addressed accurately. Look, in California, if we're going to lead, I think we really need to take a look at carbon in general. I did a bill last year to count carbon from forest fires, which California currently doesn't count the amount of emissions that come from forest fires. Now, we count carbon from transportation, we count carbon from energy production and all those things, but we don't count the carbon that is spewed out in forest fires, which is the largest carbon emitter in California and the world. And so I think that this resolution is going to lead us. There was talk during EQ that maybe we should have a state of emergency, and that would mean that the governor would then be in control, just like he is under the state of emergency with our health crisis. And for me, I think that is very dangerous. And I think the policies that come out of this House and this legislature are flawed. California Air Resources Board last year had an audit, and they determined during that audit that they weren't doing a good job of spending the money of Californians through the Air Resources Board. And what we were getting from all of these policies is it's driving up the cost of living, it's driving up our energy. We pay 60% higher electric bills than most places in the nation. And that's why people are exiting California. We don't count nuclear in our energy as a carbon neutral. We don't count large hydro, only 30 megawatts and less. Why aren't those counted, and why are those policies not talked about? We talk about doing more for the environment, but all we're doing really is we're exporting jobs from California to countries like China that are quite frankly building coal-fired power plants as we speak, and we're breathing that air. So I think the policy is what we really need to talk about, not just making a statement and making people more fearful. Let's really lead. If we're going to lead in California, let's lead, and let's do some real good environmental work. And that means let's talk about the forest. Let's talk about our watersheds. Let's talk about the wildlife that desperately needs to be looked at. Not just stating this resolution is saying, hey, it's a climate emergency. Yeah, no doubt we're in a climate emergency. We had almost 1 million acre fire, but we're not doing much to talk about fires. We're regulating lawnmowers, weed eaters, and generators, which we need because we have power outages. That's the stuff that this legislature is doing. It's what's causing Californians to pay higher in building fees, higher in transportation cost. And that's what's really the problem here in California. And that's causing inflation to go up. And it's the result of the lack of this legislature doing real good environmental work. I'm looking for some environmentalists that really care about the environment, that want to do the right thing and not just regulate and put fear into the people. Let's talk about the policies that come out of this legislature. And this bill is just going to do more fear, and it isn't going to solve the problem. The problems are we have a bullet train that we're spending billions of dollars on that is not ever going to get our carbon reduced. It's because special interest is running this, and it's really not about the environment. I prefer it to be about the environment. We should include forest fire in our carbon output. So for those reasons, I'm not going to be supporting this legislation.